like that. I like to have my own time.
Accepted. That is all.
Interesting. Kiss and cuddle partners Billy and Alicia gave the same nominations and even the same rationale for Jamie, that he was reading their body language and staring. That's a coincidence, isn't it? All right, so let's move on. We have a look at the tally board. Where is the tally board? There it is, one page. Jamie has 5. He's going to be so upset by this. Rebecca has 4. She'll be accepting. She's grown as a woman. Zoran has 2. He'll be distressed. And Travis has 1. He'll be happy to be included. We'll be back after the break. Joker Joel, reconstituted Rebecca, and Truck and Travis shuck the household oyster and offer up some pearls of nomination wisdom.
You're the first one I've tried.
I feel very special.
Welcome back to Big Brother Live nominations, where 4 of our harangued housemates have already peeled the nomination grape. Now, last week, Joker Joel nominated Jamie for being too serious and our friend Nick here for being afraid to be himself. So who will the smiling assassin fire his shots at this week?
Joel, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points this week, I'm going to nominate Jamie. I still think he is taking things way too seriously in this house. He's analysing and trying to get language off people when I'm here trying to have fun.
Before you came in, Big Brother warned you needed to be clear. Big Brother has no idea what you're nominating for.
I'm nominated
Get to the point quickly.
Yeah, I'm nominated because he's taking things way too seriously. Once again, his comment about a personal attack, about stealing the starburst to me, he needs to lighten up.
Be specific and get to the point quickly.
Specific in that when we're at the dinner table having our meeting, he said that he thinks whoever still is stealing the starburst should be seen as a thief. So for me, that shows he's taking this journey way too seriously, and for me, who's taking this journey as fun, well, that's why I'd like to nominate him for 2 points.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point this week, I shall nominate Rebecca. I think she has changed once she found out she was nominated. Hence, I think she was staying under the radar because I heard a comment like, oh, now I can be myself. Now that she's been nominated, why couldn't she be herself when she wasn't nominated?
What do you mean she's changed?
Just changed her behaviour. In that, I think she's been less quiet and not as full on as she was previously.
It's not a valid reason for a nomination.
Well, to me, she was being under the radar.
And now she's not?
No.
Get to the point. You need to justify each nomination. You're not.
Well, before she was nominated, she was much louder to me and she was being much more full on. When she was nominated for that week, the week that she was nominated, she was much more quiet and less reserved. More reserved, sorry. More reserved, not less, when she was nominated that week.
Accepted.
Thank you.
That's all. Rebecca, to the diary room.
She looks like a Charlie Angel.
Rebecca, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points for eviction, I'm nominating Joel. During the week, we've had to dish out house chores and things for people that have left, and he says I'm here to be the entertainer, not to do housework. And even though he didn't have a chore, he didn't volunteer himself. There's been a number of occasions where since we've been here for 5 weeks, he hasn't really put in to help with the housework, and that affects myself because I am doing a lot of housework around here and seem to be covering the slack. He also...
you have someone's future in your hands and you're worried about chores.
Well, it's very difficult to nominate Big Brother. Look, it just causes a little bit of a lack in team spirit. Like when it comes to tasks and things like that, I don't know how committed he is because, you know, he ends up running late for the task. You know, when we've got a time to do it in, and I just find that very difficult because we need to have more energy and we need to be committed to the task and we need to be committed to each other here, and it doesn't seem to be happening.
What are you saying about him? Get to the point.
Well, I don't think that he's necessarily a team player, and that affects us when we're trying to accomplish a goal.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction, and why?
For 1 point, I'm nominating Emma. During the week, and especially like when we had our family discussion, whenever I expressed my point of view, she cut me off short and moved on to the next person and never validated anything that I said, which makes me feel very insignificant as a person and non-valued. And when I was out helping with the task today, trying to instruct, Emma didn't pay any attention and spent most of the time doing her own thing. And when we were trying to get the task done, and especially when I was instructing, to have somebody, you know, keep on requesting to have somebody else do it, or to continually be not involved in the task was very difficult because we have something to accomplish, and I found that quite insulting to myself.
Accepted.
Thank you.
That is all.
Gee, that Emma-Rebecca relationship is blossoming. They've both nominated each other again, and 4 people have nominated Jamie and Rebecca this week. 4 people have done it. Let's go now to our final one in this little grab here. Now, last week, metrosexual macho man, try that at home, Travis utilised an ingenious rock metaphor to assist in his nominations. Using a white rock, he nominated Nick for thinking he was a black rock, and then he used a big rock to nominate Thomas. So the big question across the nation's foundations is, whose world will Travis rock this week?
Travis.
Big Brother, how you going?
Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction, and why?
Let's do it. The Rock Props are back for 2 weeks. I'd like to nominate 2 points to Jamie this week. I reckon he's been very inconsiderate with the way he was given a chore. The whole house has had to miss out on one bloke because of the body shop all week. So we've been standing around all week toe tapping because we can't use a body shop. I think one person's thing shouldn't be taken out in the whole group. Very careless, and even in the task this week, he didn't really do any sort of form of...
before you came in, Big Brother warned you needed to be clear.
Okay, I'm going to be as clear as I can be, because I reckon that we've all missed out on doing things that, like, we like to go to the body shop and we've had it off limits. Poor old Billy has had a crook ankle all week and hasn't been able to do his task properly because one person failed to do their chore. We've all been given chores and we all like doing them, and I think that why should we all be penalised because of one person? So clearly, if Jamie had done his chore properly, we all would have everything we're really allowed to be using.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction, and why? Okay,
we're going back. This 1 pointer will go to Rebecca this week. I find that she's bloody like 3 rocks in one. You don't know who you're going to cop. Each personality is just so bloody different. It's like she just digs into a bag and she'll pop out as being a really bouncy jelly bean and Rebecca, and the next person you're going to meet is a real sorry and sad Rebecca. And today that I met as a person, a real snappy Tom Rebecca, and I found it really bloody hard to deal with because it's like she's like a little Jack in the Box thing that just 1 minute you're going to cop one thing, next minute you're going to cop another thing, and I find her like digging into a lucky dip box, and what are you going to cop next? I find it very hard. I'm banging my head against the wall at times because I don't even know what personality I'm going to cop each day. So everyone else seems to be just at a reasonable sort of level now, but she's like bloody you're banging your head against the wall at times because you just don't know what personality you're going to cop next, and I find that bloody frustrating at times, I reckon.
Accepted.
Thanks heaps, hooroo.
That is all.
Hooroo.
Bloody frustrating, I reckon. Now tell me, these ocarisms of Travis, they really annoyed you, didn't they?
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah. I just don't understand why someone needs to murder the English language. It's a good language, let's use it properly.
But
it's
what
just
makes
ridiculous.
you think it's being murdered? I think it makes it colourful.
He refers to coffins as coffos and funerals as funos.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Well, I think what he says is interesting, and I like his imagination, and I like the rocks, and I love all of that. I think it's colour and movement. You think he should just speak
like
plain
a normal person.
Queen's English, like a normal person?
Yes, yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, I say bring on the madmen. I think they're much more interesting. Now tell me, Rebecca, she's copped a lot of points. Would you have nominated her this week?
No, absolutely
Who would you have
not.
nominated?
I think Emma obviously would have
that
gotten
would be a surprise, yes.
Who saw that coming? Yeah,
Yeah.
Emma would have gotten my 2 points. And I think Zoran would have gotten my 1.
Ah, Zoran hasn't got any so far.
I know, which is odd. definitely odd.
It is. Well, let's have a look. Oh, he's got 2 tonight. That's right. Now, tell me, what about Jamie? Is he annoying to live with? He was one of your good mates.
I didn't think so.